Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. And today I will be reviewing the Nixon 51-30 Chrono. I'd like to thank my buddy Nerio for lending this watch in for the unboxing and for review. It's because of guys like Nerio and subscribers like you lending in watches that I'm able to provide constant content for you all to watch. So if you have a watch that you want to have reviewed or showcase, please email me. My email address is located in the description below. Now, Nixon is a brand that started in the late 1990s as a boutique line to sell their watches in board shops and fashion shops. They have since expanded to not just creating watches, but also selling clothing and accessory and bags. They also collaborate with creators and artists. Most notably, well, to me anyway, because I'm a big heavy metal fan, they've collaborated with Metallica and released a couple of watches, Metallica-themed watches. But now, before I continue with this review, please remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get notifications every time I upload new videos. I love making these videos, and I hope you like them too. Now, let's get on to the review. So if you saw my unboxing, you would know my reaction. And if I didn't say it then, oh my God, this watch is a big watch. Holy cow. The Hulk called and he wants his watch back. This is a really big watch, man. I got to tell you. So let's jump right into the specs. And, you know, I measured earlier. Let's see if I can get this on camera. I'm really bad with the calipers here, guys, so cut me some slack if you can. We got a 50 millimeter case diameter, and then when you go to that crown, which is a left-handed crown set and pusher set, you're looking at 57 millimeters. A lug to lug, I think I got 60 earlier. Yeah, about 60. And surprisingly, I thought, you know, for the last like week or so, I thought this case was at least 18 millimeters. But surprisingly, when I measured it earlier, I'm getting somewhere around 15-ish. This goes from the bottom of the case to looks like the top of the bezel. The crystal is flat, and you know, the site doesn't really give you an indication of what kind of crystal this is. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know if you guys are good at this or telling what it could be. I'm guessing it's not sapphire crystal. It must be some sort of like hard lax or mineral crystal. Anyway, so this is a quartz movement here, Miyota Japanese Quartz 6. Now, Miyota is, you know, they make some good quality automatic movements. You know, they have different grades of movements and whatnot. So I wouldn't doubt that they would make a decent quartz movement. I'm really not familiar with any Miyota quartz movements. I'd never had any experience reviewing on the channel. This watch is rated 300-meter water resistance, so you have a 1,000-foot water resistance in this chrono here. Like I said, it is left-sided here. You do have this white bezel with the silver, I guess, you know, silver hour set here with the hour markers and the numbers. The 3 chrono registers in the center of the dial. Nixon up here. Let's zoom in over here so you can see, and a date window, small date window at the 6 o'clock position. The bezel, there's no bezel insert. These are grooved, looks like engraved numbers on the bezel. It's a countdown bezel, but not like a diver's countdown bezel, more like a pilot's countdown bezel, because you have the 55 all the way down to 5-minute over here, and then of course at the 12 o'clock you have that arrow there as well. Not much loom to talk about. You have loom on the hour and the minute hands, and I'll include a loom shot here. The site is really not very forthcoming in some of the like the loom, like what kind of loom they use, etc. So I guess we're probably looking at the lowest bar of loom here. Anyway, you know, this thing, you know, I've never done this before, so I'm gonna this thing is heavy. right? I mean, it's a really big watch. So I've never really brought out the scale before, but let's do that here. And I have it set to grams. Yep, let's get that okay. I mean, 286 grams. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let me break out my other. Let's do size comparison, right? I think maybe that'll help us realize the magnitude of this watch. So this is my Gino. This is the only other chrono that I have. It's the Gino Series 40 Classique, and I got to zoom back. I mean, it looks like I'm holding them right next to each other, guys, at the same plane, and this is a 40 millimeter case diameter, and it's a whole. It looks a whole lot smaller than. Oh my God, that is definitely a different size. Now let me compare to the Frogman, which is Casio, which is the biggest watch I have. And so, you know, they look comparable in size. Obviously, the big difference, the Frogman, you know, only weighs 118 grams. So that's less than half of the weight. So, you know, stainless steel, I presume, case and bracelet, very, very high polished. The lugs do curve down a little bit here, so it's helpful. And you do have these screws here in the lugs, so you can change this. The clasp is well, it's stamped, and I guess you know that's what you can expect for something in this price range. Now this MSRP is for 500, but you can probably pick these up for less. I think on the website there's like a 10% off on the site if you sign up for the newsletter. Let's put this on wrist here. Now it's my buddy's new watch, so I mean I'm not gonna mess around with the screws and fit it in. I'll let him do that. But wow, this is really really big, you know. And my buddy's a big dude, you know. So you know this would work for him. And you know when I did this, look, you know, how dare I besmirch a watch of this size, or you know, with my frail you know, less than manly 6 3/4 inch wrist and my mortal proportions of like 5'10" and 180. There are people who are way, you know, bigger than me. You know, I don't mean like in a negative way, like just like, you know, taller and way more and or bigger boned and whatnot. And so I had a couple people comment on my unboxing of this watch and say how much they loved it, and they had a friend. This one guy commented that he knew this woman who just loved the same watch. So, you know, look, I mean, just because something like this would not fit on my wrist, shouldn't be a turnoff or a negative for anybody else. It just doesn't fit me, right? I'm not gonna go negative here on this because it's not the watch's fault that I'm a small guy. Now, what is surprising to me is that for such a heavy watch, a thick watch, I mean, it's got a quartz movement in here, so you would think it'd be a little bit lighter. My God, imagine if it had a manual movement or an automatic movement. It would be a little bit more heavier. I don't. Would it be over 300 grams? Crazy. So, like I said, it's 300-meter water resistance. These pushers do screw down, and you activate the chronograph with the bottom pusher. Now, I'm typically used to activating it with the top pusher on the right hand side, so I'm not sure if this is the first time I have working on a left-handed chronograph, so maybe it's typical that the bottom pusher would kick off the chronograph and then you would stop, and then right there you get the sweep. Now you do have that chapter ring with the indices on there, so very very interesting. You do have the 24-hour register here. The running seconds, as you can see, let me zoom in. There it's like hiding underneath the minute hand at the 12 o'clock position, and you should see it coming onto the other side. You do have the 60-minute register here for the chronograph. So you know, interesting watch. Look, I mean, if if you're into big watches, right, and if you're into a price point where you don't want to go over a certain price point, and maybe you're tired of, like, let's say like an Invicta as being your only option, this is a possible alternative for you. Like I said, I'm 6¾ inch wrist. This is not going to be something that I'll probably go for, but if you're a 7.5 inch wrist or above, this may be something that will appeal to you. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this watch. This is my first dealing with Nixon, and like I said, they seem to have quite the presence. They're working with content. They're working with creators and artists like Metallica, so they must have some weight in this fashion industry. Anyway, guys, like I said, let me know what you think. I really like connecting with you guys, and I will see you in the next video.